This is the Bush Whisperer coming at you to talk to you about the trickster within. I hope you're having a great day. This is Water's Edge Beach, right next to the Penguin Sanctuary, Boulders Beach, southern tip of Africa. My little boy, Joshua Eli, was just saying to a couple of gentlemen that I know that walked past me on the beach just a couple of minutes ago when I was finishing my other video. And he was saying to them that he wanted to prank them. And I was listening to this conversation in the back while I was ending off my last video. And he knows these gentlemen. We say good morning to them every morning. And he said, I want to prank you guys. And he was talking about how he wanted to prank them by putting cockroaches in their bed. It's a 6-year-old. He's learning about pranks. The little trickster within him is awakening. So what is this trickster energy? Why is this trickster such a big part of our culture and a part of our history? I mean, we have April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day, if you really want to get right down to it, is actually the celebration of the trickster. Understand that. We all celebrate April Fool's Day. We've never really wondered why. Well, many of us haven't. I'm sure there are those of you that are watching this that have. So understand that the trickster is a big part of our culture, part of our heritage. In the old times, in the king's court, the fool, the trickster, was able to play jokes on the king, was able to poke fun at anybody without being harmed. Nobody would ever dare to harm the trickster. But the trickster was speaking through the voice of Mercury. And so this is fundamental to understand how the trickster operates through the archetypes of being. And the trickster god has always been a part of pagan relevance in various different cultures, in various different systems of being, in various different ideas. There's my little boy pretending that I'm farting. Playing a trick on me. Josh, please give it a break, my darling.
You've been pranked.
Okay. So, this idea of the trickster, it's so funny. This idea of the trickster being a fundamental part of who we are is important for us to grasp. Because when you become a child, as a child, you become a little bit of a trickster. Children are little tricksters. They're always playing the fool. They're always jumping around, doing crazy things with their bodies, doing crazy things with their faces, making crazy sounds, and coming up with crazy ideas, saying crazy things. There's something quite liberating about just playing. And the trickster is the spirit of playfulness. And the spirit of playfulness is really how we embrace the inner child. It's how we find that part of ourselves that we've left behind when we became adults, when we chose to get serious in this world and take life seriously and get a job, start earning our own keep, earning money and starting to look after the bills and all of those serious things in life. And so we forget our inner trickster, we forget our inner child, we forget to pay attention to what it's like to feel that spirit of play. And I did a video about enjoying, about hobbies a little while ago, about embracing the spirit of joy. It's so important. Though playfulness is one of those keys that should not be forgotten. It's healthy to play tricks on each other, actually. It's healthy to have tricks played on us. I remember walking through Cape Town, through the city of Cape Town, years ago, and everybody was laughing. And as I was walking, I was like listening to this laughter. My intuition, my instinct said, hold on, they're laughing at me. And I stopped walking and I looked up and I saw everybody laughing at me. And it took me a moment to realize what was happening, and I sensed some presence behind me, and I turned around and I looked, and like 10 meters behind me, 20, 30 feet, whatever it was, there was a man who was a mime, and he was imitating the way I was walking. And he was imitating me looking around behind himself, and he was hilarious. And I thought, oh my God, am I really that funny? And I burst out laughing. And when I burst out laughing, the crowd just cracked. The whole crowd cracked. There was a big crowd. It was St. George's Mall of Cape Town many years ago. There used to be a lot of street artists in those days. Sadly, this is something that's been lost in our modern culture. Our modern culture has taken it away from us. They've made buskers have to get licenses and stop them from performing on the streets, and they've tried to get strict in the world, and it's very sad. Even in the underground, musicians can't perform anymore just the way they used to. They've got to go and get permission. It's a very sad day that an artist needs permission to entertain the crowds. But this is the world we live in. They don't want us to laugh. They don't want us to enjoy and embrace the beauty and the harmonies of art. Whoever they are, the controllers, those that have initiated our schooling systems to prevent us from being little tricksters. There's that little prankster in the background. Josh, would you please be a little bit more quiet? Remember, respect, eh? So it's fundamentally important that we can embrace this part of ourselves and embrace the natural state of harmony that's flowing through us. And this natural form of harmony is expressed when we play. It is essentially the heart and the spirit of play. So don't deny your inner prankster. Don't deny your inner trickster. And when people play tricks on you, when you become the butt of a joke, laugh. There's nothing more sacred than being the butt of a joke, because satire reveals much. It reveals so much about who we are, about how we behave in this world, about what it is that's going on and the fundamental reality. And so we learn to just express and be with us, be with ourselves, learn to enjoy what it is that we're doing, learn to express beauty and find the beauty within. And so we don't realize how out of sync we are as people. We don't realize how disharmonized we can be. And sometimes when we laugh at ourselves, there's a great revelation. So remember, laugh at yourself. Become your own inner trickster. Become your own inner prankster. Play the prank of thought upon yourself regularly. If you can't laugh at yourself, there's something wrong with you. Because I bet you if you really look at yourself honestly, you'll find there's so much to laugh at. There's an endless field of laughter awaiting you. All you need to do is observe yourself. I find myself a little bit hilarious. It's important to be able to get to that point, because then we stop taking ourselves too seriously. If you like this content, like it, share it, let other people see it, let the algorithms work for us. Another thing I would say to you is this: if you find yourself reacting to being the butt of a joke, realize that that reaction is one of the greatest teaching mechanisms within your soul being revealed. And it's when we react and we feel bad because other people are laughing at us that we are recognizing our own limitations. And this recognition is the way to reach transcendence. This recognition is the way to transcend our limitations. We cannot transcend it unless we see it, know it, and face it. So recognize that, and you will recognize who you are. This is the Bush Whisperer coming at you from the beautiful Penguin Sanctuary. Have an absolutely gorgeous day. Enjoy the day, the week, the month. Hit the subscribe button. It's on the top right. That way you'll get daily bells, notifications of all my videos that are being uploaded. And don't forget, learn to laugh at yourself. Enjoy the inner trickster. Become your inner trickster. Free your mind and your heart in the process, and you will find relative truth becoming available to your awareness. It will also retune your nervous system, your hormonal system, and bring you into a state of harmony. Om Shanti.